Explorer yachts are all the rage at the moment, and Damen is riding the crest of that wave. Welcome on board Pink Shadow, one of their SeaXplorer models, and she is something pretty special. This boat has got an ice class hull, a range of 5,000 nautical miles. She's the perfect crossover of commercial and leisure, and she has got one of the most fascinating interiors I've ever seen. Let's go and have a look around with this full tour. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. We're starting up here in the crow's nest, and it's a great opportunity to look at all of this nav kit that she's got. I mean, look at these spotlights, they are absolutely extraordinary. Radar up there, domes either side, it's proper stuff. And also somewhere where you can come and enjoy the ride if you want as well. Just this little sofa right at the top of the boat. It's really, really cool. If you head down these steps, we are down to the bridge deck, where we're going to look at the bridge and then the first real major living space. Before we do that, make sure you've liked the video and subscribe so that you never miss one of the tours that we do like this one. Let's go. In the intro, I talked about the crossover of super yacht and commercial vessel, and nowhere is that more obvious than here in the bridge. The first example, a wing station that's actually inside. Usually I'm showing you these on the deck and they have to be revealed. Well, here they're a permanent fixture, they're fully covered, you're inside the bridge itself, but because of these floor to ceiling windows with wipers, I can see right down to water level from here. But even if I couldn't, I've got cameras up here as well, so I can see right to the aft end of the boat. These are on both sides, so what a great place to position the boat at close quarters. But let me tell you, there's a lot more to enjoy inside this bridge. This is just not the sort of arrangement you expect to find on a super yacht. This genuinely feels properly commercial. From these seats, which are fully adjustable and on tracks, so they can slide forward and aft, the fact that you have your rudder control, throttles, thrusters, all on the arms themselves, and look at these screens. Huge screens right in front of each seat, a pair in the middle, and then you have the ones over there in the brow as well. And this really clean, uncluttered central work area where you can do paperwork. Obviously there's more controls here, and you've got them mirrored on both sides. It is just a phenomenal vantage point through those inwardly raked screens. It's wonderful. But there's also the leisure side as well. This is commercial, but how nice is this to have this sort of detail inside the bridge, this lovely comfortable sofa, the birds overhead in the deck head, these are all hand woven into the ceiling. It's absolutely gorgeous. The lighting at the back as well, the wallpaper is all handmade, absolutely glorious. And as I said, on the other side you have another wing station. There is access onto the deck from here as well, but you can also go through an internal door to bridge deck aft. There's good access to bridge deck aft from the bridge, from the side deck, and this door leads up to the crow's nest where we started this video. We're going to begin at the bar. This is a lovely open space, but this is a really cozy, intimate bar area with the lighting overhead. You just want to grab a shaker and start knocking up a cocktail, really. It's opposite this nice seating space, and centrally you have an elevator down through the boat, and you've also got a day head. I should point out, she's designed to be wheelchair accessible as well. You can also close this area off. See these glass doors? They obviously meet in the middle, so you can fully seal this area if the weather's not so good. On a day like this though, lovely that it's all opened up to this big bar, the huge dining table with the benches and the seats on either end, and the grill as well, so you can knock up a barbecue up here. There's also wing stations on either side, so if the captain does want to be a bit further back to control the boat, then he can do that from those stations either side there. And then we have, of course, the hot tub, sunbathing pads at either side, and this is overlooking the boat deck, which is where we're going to head next. Heading aft on the starboard side deck, there are boarding gates on both sides at this level. You're not always going to be able to get stern to access in the remote places this boat's going to go to, so having boarding access there is pretty important. And then we arrive here on this bit between the boat deck and the lounge here, but this is still, you know, a lovely living space. You've got another bar, you've got your relaxed seating spaces here, and yeah, an absolutely enormous crane. Again, the commercial side is sort of peeping its head, but that telescopic crane is an absolutely amazing bit of kit. And the reason they need such a big crane is because, well, look at the toys they've got. No, this is not your average tender arrangement. We've got, as well as the jet skis and the rescue tender, a pair of Rupert R9 ribs. One is outboard, one is inboard. They are built to professional classification, and they're a really flexible tender. Quick as well. This outboard one will do 60 miles an hour. bit more open, so good for moving kit around for the crew, and then the diesel one used for shipping the guests around. But yeah, great flexibility for the crew with these two tenders that are very, very capable, great for exploring. And this is a flexible deck because not only that, it is also the helipad. These railings, they pop up like this and they go flat. You can see we've got the lights here around the perimeter, the H in the middle, and then the helicopter can land here, but it doesn't just do touch and go. They can carry a helicopter on board. They have all the equipment they need to tie it down and make it safe so the boat can travel with a helicopter on the aft deck. How cool, huh? Right, talking of cool, let's head inside and check out the interior. One of the major themes on the inside of Pink Shadow is inspired by the 1980s German adventure film Fitzcarraldo, and this is the Fitzcarraldo Lounge. You can see touches all over the place. You have the boat from the film picked out in the rug here, and some of the detailing is gorgeous. This table is resin, handmade, with flowers put inside. It's floating inside the resin on top of the table. Absolutely exquisite bit of design. And it's no secret that Madonna chartered this yacht, and she left her mark indeed. This is her signature on top of the piano. How cool is that? This is a really nice intimate space. It's very cozy, obviously a fantastic dining space, and obviously links very nicely to that outdoor area that we saw earlier on, but it's really just the different use of colours and materials, textures inside this interior that's so impressive. So let's carry on and have a closer look. Let me show you the owner's cabin. Extraordinary space here on the main deck. Right forward, full beam, but it really does explode with all this fantastic, interesting interior design. Every cabin feels different, but it's marvellous. There's intrigue everywhere, from the wallpaper to the lighting, the textures, the flooring, the rugs. Everything is just so different to the usual look and feel of a super yacht. It's wonderful. Really big living area in here as well, not just the bed. You've got the sofas, the TV up there, and this is one of my favourite spots on the boat. This can be cordoned off from the rest of the cabin, and look at that daybed, somewhere just to come and chill out, read a book, take in the view, have the kids sleep, the grandkids. What a lovely space that's adjoined to the owner's cabin. And then come in here to the dressing room, which is another lovely full beam space, and that separates the cabin from the bathroom, which again is just gorgeous. I love the styling in here. Come look at the toilet. Isn't that just amazing? The wallpaper, the sinks, sink in there and sinks out there, shower cupola over there. It's honestly one of the most inventive, different, and just genuinely wonderful spaces to live on board as an owner that I've seen, certainly on a yacht of this size. Frustratingly, at this point, such is the way at boat shows sometimes, we were asked to leave the yacht before we'd had a chance to finish the tour. Thankfully, we had enough time to shoot some B-roll of most of the remaining areas, so I can guide you through them. This is such a special yacht that we wanted to produce a tour for you in any way we could. Designer Limited, the UK firm responsible for her remarkable decor, has created spaces throughout that transport you into your own little world. There are 5 guest cabins, all located on the main deck. The suites are a mix of double and twin cabins, each with distinctive themes thanks to bespoke wallpaper and bed frames. The quality of materials and Damen's fit out is outstanding, right down to the tiniest of details. The longer you look, the more the exquisite craftsmanship jumps out at you. The en-suites, for example, are all finished in unique stones and fittings. This guest double has a striking feature wall behind the bed, complete with bold light fixtures and substantial nightstands. Locating the accommodation on the main deck means guests enjoy elevated views from their beds and a good amount of natural light thanks to the large square windows. This is an interior scheme that repels repetition. Every area looks and feels special. Every material and surface aims to elevate the experience for those on board. I mentioned accessibility on deck, and you can see how the wide, flat guest passageways lend themselves to movement in a wheelchair. On the starboard side there's access to the lift, which goes up to the bridge deck, as we saw earlier on. Right forward on the upper deck is the Havana Lounge, complete with a sumptuous red Chesterfield sofa and a custom-made cigar humidor. This atmospheric cigar lounge is ideal for a nightcap and only a short walk away from the guest accommodation when they want to retire to the sanctuary of their cabins. Glazing overhead pours natural light into this space, and there is access via a door at the forward end to an observation deck and some of the meatiest deck equipment I've seen for some time. If you're going to be well off the beaten track, you need to be sure the anchors are up to the challenge. These sofas, positioned right at the bow but well protected from the elements, would be a wonderful place to take in the views on a passage, as Pink Shadow purrs along at her 12-knot cruising speed. Off this main deck passageway, there's also a crew pantry. From here, the 17-strong crew have access to their accommodation and the ship's galley. There is also direct access from the crew spaces to the engine room, which is home to a pair of 2,000 horsepower MTU motors. The captain has a cabin and an office on the upper deck. Aft on the main deck is the first space you see as a guest arriving on board, unless it's via the helideck. Dubbed the Tahiti Plage owing to the design and the pillars around this space, it's unlike anything I've ever seen on a yacht. It's a fantastic entertaining space, complete with the big central bar and a swimming pool at its aft end. It makes quite a statement. It's a hybrid deck area, both designed to be a living space and somewhere to stow yet more tenders and toys on deck. If the helicopter is on board, for example, then the tenders can be mounted on this deck, thanks to the gantry cranes on both sides. The crew can even rig up swing chairs to the cranes so guests can dangle in the sun. The louvers can be controlled remotely from behind the bar, and the bulwarks drop down to create balconies, so its flexibility as a living space is pretty extraordinary. The Tahiti Plage was initially designed to be a working deck, but its purpose evolved throughout the design process, and it's at the heart of what makes the yacht such a fascinating design proposition. It's no surprise that Pink Shadow was one of the most popular and busiest yachts at the 2024 Monaco Yacht Show. It needs to be seen to be believed. If the idea of a super yacht is to give you autonomy, your own floating island that you can take anywhere in the world with the people you love, there aren't many boats, especially of this size, that can do that better than Pink Shadow. It's not just about the journey, it's about how much you can enjoy it when the boat's stationary as well, with this flotilla of toys, and the places this boat can take you to are truly extraordinary, and surely that is what owning a super yacht is all about. Let me know in the comments what you think of Pink Shadow. Thank you very much for watching that tour of Pink Shadow. I do hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed filming it. Give the video a like if you did. And remember, if you want to watch more of our videos, you can do that by clicking on these boxes up here. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that by clicking up here. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.